If you want a sliding door that is activated via a terminal, as such, it's very simple, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. So first you just need three things. This door, so it can be any door, just make sure that the object mode is dynamic. It cannot move via scripting unless it's dynamic as far as I know. And then you'll need a scriptable switch console, and then you'll need a script brain. First thing you want to do is go and spawn a script brain from gameplay. Go into the node graph on that script brain, and then you want to go to Events Custom, and then you want to do On Object Interacted. And then you go to the console that you spawned, and then you're going to go make an object reference to it. And you're going to connect that object reference to the On Object Interacted trigger. Next, you want to make an object reference for the door the same way, because we'll use that in a second. So then let's go back into the script brain. And now that you have these three things, we want to go to Objects Transform. And we want to spawn Translate Object to Point. Okay, and then we'll connect these two, and then we'll connect the door object reference to that, because that is the object that we're translating. Now the next thing we need is vector 3, and that is going to give the position that we want the door to move to when that object is interacted with. So when you get that, you want to get numbers, because those are the numbers that you're going to input into the X, Y, and Z that will translate in game. And then connect the vector 3 to the position on the translate object. All right, and then to get that position that you want, use the reference here. On the bottom of the screen, you can see the position. So I wanted it to move down a bit. So Z is the downwards position. So I keep the X and Y the same, input those, connect it to the vector 3, and then I give a different Z. So I'll put in the Z that I want it to go to. You can mess around with this position in game. I'll input that value, and then connect it. And there you go. That is it. That's how you can make an object move through an interact button. So you just spawn in, play test it. There you go. Now, if you notice, mine's a little more complicated, but once you understand how to do this, you can pretty much figure out how to connect it with anything else. See, if you notice, I have sounds. So I have it so when the door is moving, it makes that door C sound. So I can show you the rest of my script. So I can show you how I did that. It's pretty simple. I just did the same object reference on object interacted with the terminal. But instead of moving it, it makes an object go onto a loop. You can pause and copy this if you want. And I hope you found this helpful.